Welcome to the Bootleg Zones. Oh my gosh! Ninja Turtles! Ninja Turtles on Bootleg Zones? Well, I never! Well, that was stupid, turning this video off. My apologies, we need to be super serious about subjects like a bootleg Raphael with a Michelangelo head. And what is probably the best and likely only Bucky O'Hare Ninja Turtles mashup bootleg. I don't know, just for some reason, Space Usagi seems like a particularly appropriate figure to show next to this bootleg. These bootlegs are out of this world! Time for the fusion dance with the one figure actually having a picture. Fusion! Ha! Aha! Why do I exist? So, the first issue I have with this figure is the legs and the fact that, I don't know if they really have articulation. Like, there might be a peg in there, but it also just feels like I'm twisting plastic a bit. Oh, hey, there we go, and, Alligator's head came off. Here's how you make this bootleg, guys. Mondo Gecko body, Alligator head. Boop! Ta-da! It's a new character! Your favorite character! No one! So, Mondo Negator does come with the Mondo Gecko tail, but, as you can see, the tail attaches quite differently than the official figure. So on the official one, it's like this little plastic hook thing to make it kind of like a ball joint once you stick the tail on. On the bootleg, it's just a hole, so a butthole, and then another hole right above her crotch. Wonderful. It's just a hole, so once you pop the tail in, if you can, will this tail go in his butt? This is good stuff. Shove it up your ass, Alligator Mondo. So, I really don't know if this tail will go in his stupid butt or not. His head will certainly pop off before his tail will go in. Man, all the kids in Argentina who really wanted Mondo Negator were probably quite disappointed they couldn't get a stupid tail on his butt. Perfect. Oh, never mind. I thought it was perfect. I did it. I put dents in my finger. Oh wait, there. It's close enough. Stupid tail, I don't care anymore. I did it, guys! I got his head up his ass! Also, yeah, one of his arms fell off too. These are the best bootlegs ever. But will he hold his weapons? Let's find out. Nope. Now let's examine Raphaelangelo. He looks perfect. 10 out of 10. Episode over. Oh, he fell over. Never mind. Yeah, honestly, kind of hard to tell the difference between these two figures, isn't it? And also, just to show you, his head really does fit up his ass a lot easier than the tail will. Mondo Negator, you failure! And don't worry, Raphaelangelo's joints will also easily pop out. And I hope you love Plastic Overrun. Raphaelangelo's got it pouring out of his seams. Wow, look at that not sloppy at all head paint job. Great. You know, I'm probably not being fair to this figure. It really is an engineering wonder for them to have stuck a Michelangelo head on a Raphael body. Another thing you can notice when you stick Raphaelangelo next to the original figures is he's suffering from a bit of shrinkage. Arrgh! 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 Not painted. You know, Mondo Negator doesn't have any holes in his feet so he can peg onto the skateboard, so I'm sure that works well with, you know, the Mondo Gecko bootleg. The pose Mondo Negator is stuck in with his knees kind of turned in, just makes it look like he really needs to go. There, that's something, I guess. Enough of the good guy routine! This season, turtles get tough! Damn a bunga! Ho-ho! Ow, the edge, dude! Yeah, you're coming off like a bit of a tryhard there, Raffaelangelo. Shut the hell up, you idiots! It's my arch nemesis! Mondo Negator! My tail won't stay on and I have to pee. I just want you to know, stealing my body for this is not cool, man. I'm completely original, how dare you? Watch Bucky O'Hare. What the shit? That's our competition! You shut up! I believe that's my line! I'm the new angry one! Try hard. You know what, dude? I'm sick of being ripped off like this. So you know what? That's right. I'm calling in Monster Mike. I don't think that's a good idea, Michelangelo. Shut up, Turtles Fighter Leo. Who invited you? I don't give a shit about Monster Mike. I'm the new power around here. Raffaelangelo, I know we've been rivals for like 2 seconds, but I don't think this is a great idea. Oh, wait, never mind. He fell over. Get him! You underestimate the power of Monster Mike. I should be dead. Wait, was that seriously it? Did we just win, Mondo Negator? Well, Raffaelangelo, let's not wait around to find out! We won! Run! Hey, Mikey, if you're gonna go as low as to call in Turtles fighters on this, why don't you get the weird albino one? He stinks too much, dude. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, wow. I can't wait to scoop April on these swamp-head idiots. Oh yeah, you really got me on this one, Vernon. Swamp-head idiots. What a great story. You have fun running with that one. Vernon, what the hell kind of story is this? Swamp-head idiots? You idiot! Are you guys ready to play some bootleg Pokemon cards again? Though, let me tell ya, I really don't think you're gonna catch them all for this particular set. He told me that he originally got these cards from a European section of Russia, but the backs of these cards have Turkish text on them, so I guess originally these cards came out of Turkey. So the translation I got like to keep changing words depending on how close or far the phone was, but basically it says collect the cards from 1 to 15, win original Pokemon Ball. Collect the cards from 1 to 60, get original Pokemon Clock. Maybe originally with these card packs there were some sort of instructions to tell you how you're supposed to send in these bootleg Pokemon cards, or proof that you collected that many bootleg Pokemon cards to collect the bootleg Pokemon Ball or Clock. Another thing that would originally come with these cards in the pack, I guess, was some kind of gum or candy. I'm glad I don't have that. You'll also notice as we go through a bunch of these cards that some of them have this like ridged damage going on. I was told this is exactly how the cards would come straight out of the pack sometimes. This was probably due to some kind of misalignment when the cards were being printed, and surprise, surprise, the bootleggers didn't really care about the quality that you were gonna get. And poor Sandshrew, I guess, got the worst of it. New cereal, we don't care if it looks like crap. And I suppose one of the biggest giveaways that these aren't legit Pokemon cards, besides the fact they don't look anything like legit Pokemon cards, is that they are much smaller than the real deal. These Turkish/Russian bootlegs are also much plainer looking than any official Pokemon cards, since all the Pokemon just appear on a white background. And here's a comparison of the card backs. Can you tell the difference? I know, it's pretty subtle. So quite the opposite to the official cards, the energy cards are apparently the rarest thing in Pokemon new cereal. These 5 energy cards are actually the only energy cards I have in the entire lot, which means I don't even have one of each type, so that's cool. And the energy cards, instead of just showing you a giant icon of which energy type it is, all have screen caps from Pokemon the first movie, aka Mewtwo Strikes Back. Some of these at least sort of make sense, like Brock and Misty being on the Staryu on the water energy, and the Pidgeot being on the colorless energy. Bulbasaur is at least in the shot of the grass energy along with Ash and Pikachu, and then we have Pikachu on the electric one as he's about to be carried off by Mewtwo. But then we just have hologram of Nurse Joy on fire energy. I don't know what the hell that has to do with fire energy. So with some of the cards you can tell they copied like the stats and stuff from the official Pokemon card, like with Mewtwo here, but they don't copy any of the explanation text for anything. So Psychic just says plus 10. Plus 10 what? I don't know, just it does plus 10. And then Barrier, it costs 2 Psychic Energy to do... I don't know. Some of the Pokemon don't get move names on their cards either, so Dratini just does plus 10 nothing, and Dragonair does plus 20 nothing. And then there's some cards that look like they shouldn't even be from the same set at all, as they have no stats, no typing, and no moves. The 3 original evolutions with Eevee here, but you might notice that Flareon is now an electric type. Whoops. It seems the Pokemon new cereal people just didn't like fire type that much, because as you might have noticed, they also turned Moltres into an electric type. And from what I can tell, when the Pokemon has no typing or stats, that seems to be consistent through its evolution line at least. Still though, I really don't know what you're meant to do with these cards in this very broken version of the Pokemon card game. And Parasec's mushroom turned to rock and evolved into Graveler and Golem. Or maybe I'm just missing Paras and Geodude. I also don't have Poliwag or Horsey, so here's Seadra with Poliwhirl and Poliwrath. And wow, I really don't know what happened to the Sea King card. It's just yellowed to shit, and it makes it look like it's a card that came out of the 60s or 70s. And here's the 2 Starfish Pokemon. Starmie can recover, which does nothing, or it can do Star Freeze. Here's Clefairy with Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. Clefairy has move names and these 2 don't get any, and Metronome does nothing. But I guess you could make it up because it is Metronome. Here's the Squirtle evolution line, and for the most part these make sense, well, as much sense as this game ever makes, though Blastoise introduces a Pokemon power, which is Rain Dance. Rain Dance, of course, is a real thing in the games, but in the context of this game, who knows what that means? The final evolution of each of the starters seems to have one of these Pokemon powers, Venusaur's being Energy Trans, and Venusaur seems like it's a lot crappier than Ivysaur. You do 4 Leaf Energy for 20 damage of Solar Beam, when Ivysaur can do 20 damage with Poison Powder or Vine Whip for 30 damage. And it's less energy. And here's another downgrade evolution, with Rattata being able to do 20 damage with any color energy, and then Raticate only being able to do 10 damage with colorless energy. And you might notice that Raticate, for some reason, does Poison Powder. Poison Powder just seemed to be a placeholder for some of the Pokemon moves, as both Spearow and Fearow have Poison Powder, but Fearow's does 10 more damage. I guess we should be happy when they even bother putting Poison Powder, because sometimes, of course, we just get nothing. And in Venonat's case, this probably should be Poison Powder. Here's some more of the Pokefuts, which do absolutely nothing. Ekans and Arbok both do a 40 damage Poison Powder, but Arbok is actually worse because it's only got 60 HP compared to Ekans' 80 HP. And let's circle back to the last starter evolution line with Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. And of course, Charizard does have the Pokemon power like the proper card, but with no explanation, it doesn't mean anything. Here's Magnemite and Magneton. Magneton blowing up does twice the damage Magnemite does. You think it should be 3 times the damage though, because there's 3 of them, right? And here's some other Pokemon cards that I don't have any other ones in the evolution line for. Coughing and Wheezing both do Poison Stings, so all you get is a bit more HP if you bother with that evolution. Here's some Pokemon on with nothing in their evolution line. Well, at least back in Gen 1, they didn't have anything else in their evolution line. And Chansey can scrunch? I guess you can play fetch with Kangaskhan for whatever good that does you. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee have the exact same moves, when Hitmonlee should have a kick instead of a special punch like Hitmonchan, though Hitmonchan's special punch does 10 more damage than Hitmonlee's, which I guess makes sense since Hitmonlee is not the puncher. And you can see there is like this slight color difference between an actual colorless Pokemon than just these blank ones. The blank ones are more yellow than the colorless type. And here's Electabuzz with awkward, not purpled up yet Jinx. So this card game still managed to make Gyarados better than Magikarp, though Dragon Rage is a better move that costs 1 less water energy than Bubble Beam. Here's the Ponyta and Growlithe evolution lines. Growlithe is one of the few cards I have a double of. There's no actual difference on the stats or anything, but you can see a bit of a difference on the printing quality and colors. Here's the Machop evolution line, and they gave Machamp the useless Pokemon power, which is still strikes back, and Machoke still has the dash by Karate Chop because it's supposed to get weaker the more damaged Machoke is, but again, there's no instructions. Krabby and Kingler both do absolutely nothing. Rhyhorn and Rhydon, obviously missing the final evolution, missing no. In the Ghastly evolution line, they keep the exact same moves, it's just the moves actually start to do something as you evolve the Pokemon up to Gengar. The Bellsprout evolution line is of course filled with some poison powders. I guess it's not worth going up to Victory Bell though, since it just loses the better move, Razor Leaf. Here's the Seel and Voltorb lines. I guess Dewgong has a harder head than Seel, and Voltorb and Electrode both have nameless moves. Here's the Abra evolution line. Again, I guess going all the way up to Alakazam is not as good, even though it has a useless Pokemon power, since Kadabra has Super Psy, which is the strongest move. The Drowsy and Cubone line both suffer from the laziness of them giving them the exact same moves, just with the damages modified a little bit. But of course no one in this line has suffered more than poor beaten up Sandshrew. Here's Nidoran Female and Nidorina, no Nidoqueen. In the Oddish line, Oddish is the only one who didn't get a useless poison powder, and then Gloom and Vileplume have the same moves, except of course Vileplume can do a bit more damage with its foul odor. I'm missing Weedle, so let's substitute a real one. I don't think anyone will notice. And here's the Caterpie line. A lot of poison stinging going on in this one. No Stiffen for Metapod, but Metapod is apparently the best place to keep it at because it does 30 damage for 1 energy, and then you need 3 energy to do 30 or 20 damage with Butterfree. Butterfree's also missing the trainer power of be the first Pokemon for your trainer to abandon. Also, her head's really loose, so she's a bobblehead. Yeah, they really, did Leia no favors in the Wario line. What is Wario? Baby, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. Why am I referencing that? And last and certainly least is the Nidoran male line, and it follows that trend of the middle Pokemon being the best one for attacking, though Nidoking is the only one that got moves where they actually have a name. Vulpix obviously evolves into Meowth. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes, right? That's wrong, you idiot! Of all the many Ninja Turtles knockoffs out there, it's surprisingly difficult to find one of their main vehicle, the Turtle Van, but here we are. Here's another Ninja Turtles ripoff vehicle from Argentina. One of the rear view mirrors broke off in the box at some point. Not super shocking, I suppose, as they're not held on by much and there's absolutely no padding inside the box. Kind of sadly, the headlights look a lot better on the bootleg than the nothing on the real Turtle Van. Also, the rear view mirrors being silver makes a bit more sense than orange. And look at those chromed super exhaust pipes on the bootleg. I mean, the real one might be bigger, but it's not creating nearly enough pollution. Now, the doors don't open on the bootleg, but then again, they don't open on the real Turtle Van either, which is always something that felt like it was missing. Now, of course, the turtle van had the swinging side door, which popped open when you lifted up the roof, and the bootleg just has another turtle face decal. Another point I'll give to the bootleg, though, is it looks much better with actual stuff on the back, giving it dimensionality rather than just a decal of some machinery. Though I don't know if a turtle van is really complete without a sticker that says "Foot stinks." They also really should have put that turtle mouth on the front bumper. I mean, come on! Though at least they got really close with the orange on the gunner chair compared to the orange that's on the guns with the rear view mirror. Now, while the bootleg has that silly thing of them covering up half the windshield with the turtles decal, at least it has a windshield. This is completely open on the real thing, which is another thing I never really liked. Now, while there were some things left to be desired about the original turtle van, it was at least in scale with the Playmates figures. You can barely even pretend that your Argentinian bootleg figures can do anything with this dinky little turtle van. The best you can do is kind of shove one of them in the gunner chair kind of awkwardly. And then you can run another one over, which I guess sorta works a little.
Hey guys, look who's done it again, with another vehicle way too small for us to even fit into!
Donatello, you idiot!
Wrong, Raph. I've been thinking we need a new way, and a van that's too small for us might just be the newest new way for us to new way ourselves into a new way!
Come on, dude. Please don't bring that next mutation shit into this. This vehicle isn't even fit for those stupid Argentinian head swaps, right, Mondo Gecko?
I don't know. What do you think, Mondo Negator and Raffaelangelo?
Kill me. I don't know. I think it's okay.
It's settled then.
What is?
I don't know.
Watching, and we'll see you in the morning. M.A.G.A.